You know what, dude? You did get me on one though.
What?
Your brother, when you're like, yo, his name is Tiberius. Because you call him Ty. And I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
I was like, what the fuck, bro? And then like out of nowhere, I was just standing next to him and I'm like, yo, dog, why the fuck, like, where'd you get, like, what do you, is your name really Tiberius or what? And he's like, no.
Right? And I was like, okay. What's up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to another installment of the fucking Loft Boys, dudes. Thanks for tuning in. We miss you. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
So we're gonna start it off right. We're gonna start off nice with get with the fuck. What do you call it? Get what you get,
dude. Jeez. It's been a while, man.
Dude, I feel like it's been a fucking minute,
yeah,
bro.
It feels like it, yeah.
Jesus Christ, get what you get. That's what we call it.
Yes. All right, I'll go first.
My boy's gonna go first.
I got Paperback Hotel. Rooms from $250 and up, and it's got these little. Looks like a cool beer, I guess.
Fucking hazy IPA.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude! I don't have a bottle opener. You got one?
No, you got your no.
Yeah, I got it. I got this bitch.
Oh.
I'm not as cool.
All right, so I got a little hazy IPA, 7.7 alcohol, Paperback Hotel. People Are Strange, and it's got a gimp, a werewolf, and I don't know what the fuck these are. But yeah, it's a pretty good beer. Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's no instructions on it, so yeah, I think we can drink it out of the. What'd you get?
I got a motherfucking. It's called a Very Bad Elf. It's a special reserve ale. 7.5% alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, there's a whole paragraph right here. I don't know what the fuck. Ingredients. One of our range of very special Christmas beers brewed in England. We all know, of course, that Santa is really from Lapland. Shut your ass up, bro. Shut the fuck up. Let's see what we got. Cheers, bro.
Cheers. I fucking spilled on myself. Oh my god. It's pretty light.
Is it?
Yeah.
For an IPA?
Yeah. Surprised. Ooh.
My bad.
You're good.
It's been a minute, dude. I'm like all over the fucking place. What the fuck is going on? I'm acting like our first episode.
Fuck.
Weirdo.
How do you like that one?
This one's cool. I mean, it's all right. I'll give this a 5.
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge fan, but
a 5?
Yeah. What would you rate yours?
Like a 6 for a hazy? For a hazy, yeah. I gave it a 6.
I think that if you guys know Turtle, that's a good fucking rating for a hazy IPA. That's for damn sure. Can I try it?
Yeah.
You want to try this one?
Yeah. Part of me wanted to be like, no. Oh, okay.
I'm not a fan.
Oh, really?
It tastes like it has the IPA taste, but it's like nickels at the same time.
Nickels? Specific?
Like you're tasting like fucking, like pennies. But it has the IPA kick, right? Yeah. It has the IPA taste. Mm-hmm. Not a fan of that one.
Okay.
Like at all.
Okay.
And I like IPAs, but weird, dude.
It says people are strange, so Strange beer. 7.7. It's probably because it's pretty light.
Wait, let me see that. See the cover? It says rooms.
250 now.
250. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Do you want to do sponsor of the week?
Sponsor of the week, dude. Oh, man. This fucking sponsor has really been, like, holding us up because we haven't had time really to make videos and stuff. But, like, they've been staying with us, and we really appreciate it. You know, we can't do it without you. So, sponsor of the week, thank you for sponsoring this video. Sponsor of the week is people that bring their dogs on fucking airplanes.
We appreciate you.
Fucking appreciate you so fucking much, dude.
I'm gonna take this off, man. I'm way too fucking hot for this.
Oh, man. Thank you for sponsoring this fucking video, dude. Jesus. But yeah, people that bring their dogs on fucking airplanes, we
Like
love you.
in the cab?
We love you. Yeah, like they're fucking sitting in a chair or they're sitting in the row.
Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Couldn't do this without you. Whatever. Do you want me to read the Reddit post? The what should I do?
Yeah. Read that bitch.
Okay.
So those of you that don't know, they send these questions to us specifically. They're asking specifically for our advice.
Yeah.
And we're just, you know what I mean? We're like really cool and we're like down to help people out.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what we're doing in this segment.
Okay, so it's what do I do title. It's not nothing crazy. I know somebody who is currently enrolled at my local college in the paramedic program, and I know they are addicted to hard drugs. Should I leave the situation alone, or do I tell the college? I don't want them to go through the program while being on illegal substances and try to help someone. Okay. Something really bad could happen, and I'm really worried. What should I do? What do you think?
Okay, question. This person knows this person or they're in the program with them?
Yeah,
or?
I think they're like in the same class.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They know specifically they're on fucking hard drugs?
Yeah.
Did they use the term hard drugs?
Hard drugs.
Okay, well, hard drugs to you
Could
is
be like
fucking
500 milligrams of Tylenol.
Tylenol to somebody else, bro.
Like,
okay,
no.
for one.
You took 2 of those?
Like damn, dude.
Like
You're hardcore.
Should I be
you
worried?
party?
Yeah, dude.
You took 2 extra strength Tylenols?
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. You know that's bad for your liver, right? Whatever. Okay.
Paramedic program.
All right, my fucking advice to you, young man or young woman, mind your fucking business.
Yeah.
Mind your fucking, it's college.
Yeah.
They're not going to be saving lives right now.
Yeah.
They're fucking in college. Mind your fucking business, you fucking narc. Fucking nerd.
Fucking dork.
Dork, dude. Shut your mouth.
Because it's like...
Glenn.
Fucking Mark.
Fucking Mark.
Yeah, hard drugs is a tough one. It's like... The thing is, it's like, what if this dude
hard drugs,
is
dude?
taking a little bump, but it's because he's tired. He's got a job at night. Like, you don't know this man's
My
life.
boy's trying, he's trying to stay away from energy drinks. You know what I mean? So he's taking a little bump now to compensate. I don't know if you know, energy drinks are really unhealthy for you. You know what I mean? There's a lot of sugar, 54 grams of sugar.
Oh, fuck. That shit's like more natural, dude. It comes from a plant.
It comes from a plant, bro. Like, who are you to fucking judge him?
It's got a little baby laxative in it, but whatever. Who cares?
Look, man, yeah. Mind your fucking business.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah, you're talking about hard drugs. You're talking about fucking heroin. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna notice that another person is shooting up heroin in the back of class. You know what I mean? Like if they weren't deemed fit to take this fucking program, they wouldn't be in the program, or they're probably gonna get kicked out themselves. So mind your own business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because at
Why
the
would
same
you
time,
go and ruin somebody's fucking life if they're already in the process of ruining it? Let them do it themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys are in college right now. You guys aren't in the field. You guys aren't fucking saving lives right at this fucking moment.
it's probably the best place to do it.
Yeah, a safe environment is okay. A safe environment. College is the safest environment.
Well, paramedic school, dude.
I couldn't even say that with a straight face. That's so stupid. But yeah,
But like they're becoming like paramedics, so it's like
I get
they
it.
have all the resources if something
I get it. I
happens.
guarantee. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, they got the Narcan in the ambulance.
Yeah.
So if anything happens,
The ambulance.
just in the ambulance, just let them sniff some fucking Narcan.
Yeah, help
or
them out, dude.
Is
Like,
Narcan the sniffing one, or is that the fucking?
I think no, Narcan is the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just let them smell the smelling salt. You know what I'm saying? You guys got it all there. Help them out. But like also, I'm pretty sure 80% of paramedics are on drugs.
Yeah.
You know, you guys be fucking shooting IVs in the back. You know what I'm saying, on your break.
IVs.
Stop
Crazy.
playing, bro. Stop playing. I know I would. I'm hungover as fuck. Just
Yeah. For a little banana
juice
bag.
me
bro.
up.
Juice
You know what I mean?
I got class in an hour.
I'm so glad I'm not a paramedic. I would be abusing.
Abuse it 100%.
Everything. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Just like, clear. You know what I'm saying? Just as a
Yeah.
pick me up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pick me up. Oh, I forgot to go get coffee.
I'm so hungover,
you know it's a good
dude.
idea.
You know what we should do?
Hey, Turtle, bring that shit over here.
Charge that bitch up. Yeah, I would be the worst EMT. That's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
But in conclusion, mind your fucking business.
Yeah, mind your business.
Mind your
It's
fucking
not-
business, bro. It has nothing to fucking do with you.
100%.
Fucking nerd. Sorry, dude. I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna get into like a couple little topics today. So have you ever had a dream? No. Sorry.
Do you believe in angels?
Do you think dogs go to heaven?
So stupid, dude.
No, like certain like conversations with like your coworkers, like you know how I don't know about you, but like when I would work, we'd always kind of like shoot the shit, lunch, tell stories. Like I had one, and this is like the craziest shit. I don't fucking believe him, but whatever. It's just for the vibe, I guess. And this food would fucking be like, he had a missing pinky. Right, and so it was like the funniest thing whenever he'd like tell his stories because he'd have
Question: the whole pinky or like half?
no,
the
like
pinky?
it like tar like from the roofing, tar got on it and it like burnt off. So he's like this.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So it's just funny because he's like it's his
He talks with his hands.
yeah. So he's like
That's funny.
he's like doing this shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
So
so
he'd always just say some like wild shit like and this is like a kind of like a dirty thing where he's like, you know, whenever I want to like have sex with my wife, I'll tell her to just drink water all day because, you know, you don't want anything to fucking vote. And I was like, what the fuck? So it's like those kind of fucking stories where it's just like people who say like random
like
shit.
that dude at UTI that used to say dirty ass shit
Yeah.
about him and his wife. Yeah.
But I'm like, did you ever believe him?
the dude at UTI.
Yeah.
I thought he was disgusting. I did kind of
You
believe
did believe
him.
him?
Though. I did believe him. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of that
low-key
shit was kind of like out of like it was crazy, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
But he kind of gave off like that sick
like
motherfucker
he was down
vibe.
for that
Yeah.
shit.
Like he was about that action. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's so funny.
Yeah. So like shit like that. Like I hear like stories of like people, but can you ever like really gauge like if you're like this is bullshit?
Yeah,
Like
right.
have you ever heard a story where like
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I can't think of anything specific, but I'm fucking pretty fucking sure. You know what I mean? Like you're like, but like also, who are we to fucking
yeah
to be like that never happened, bro?
yeah
You know what I'm saying?
yeah
So I mean, kind of hard to gauge. It's hard to gauge for damn sure.
yeah
You know what I'm saying? But there are. I'm pretty sure. I can't think of anything specific where you listen to a story. You're like, you're a fucking fibber.
you're a fibber.
You're a total fibber, bro. You know what I mean? Are you
Yeah.
fibbing right now?
Yeah.
You're fibbing. I know you're fibbing. Yeah, type shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like, who are we? Who am I to say anything? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So for me, it was a fucking my wife. So I found out. I've known this for a while.
Your wife's a
but
fibber too, dude.
she thought I was a fibber. And like, so she thought like the stories that I would tell her, and then because I would, when I moved to San Diego, I kind of like
Moved
left
back
behind.
to San Diego.
Yeah, like all the homies, right?
Right.
And then I'll tell her about like these parties, you know, the apartment, which we haven't done. We have, but it's one of those scrapped episodes.
Have we never posted the apartment episodes?
No, we were just way too fucking drunk.
Dude, I think that's the other one where we've done like 2 of those.
Yeah.
And we're always just way too wasted.
Too drunk, yeah.
To like post them.
We can't drink at homage. We have to like come up and just have beers like we do here.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
we get too fucking drunk,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And I start sounding out my words and type shit. And,
bro, when I was listening to myself reading on the last one, I was like,
those are the best.
Oh no. My 2nd grade level. That's as far as my brain got, bro. Because I was like,
that's so funny.
God. And then I was like, you want me to read it again? You're like, no.
No. No, I think I was like, please don't. Yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking bad.
Yeah, bro, we're too wasted in a lot of these episodes.
Yeah.
A lot of episodes you guys don't get to see. Because we have to be like, you know what, dude? We're not fucking making sense half the fucking time.
No.
You think we make sense now, or you think we don't make sense now?
Yeah.
Oh my. You guys have no idea. It's so bad sometimes, bro.
But yeah, so like I would give her I'll tell her like stories about like stuff that we've done. Like I don't think she believed this one time where we were skating because we had a lot of free time and we weren't bad kids, but we weren't good kids. And when you and I think I forgot somebody else, we went to Ontario Mills.
Oh yeah, we were skating
when it was closed.
Inside the mills. Yeah,
yeah, and that was so.
There was like nobody around.
Nobody
it
was
open.
I don't even know how we even got in.
The door was open,
and we were just fucking. And
we
it was like
"Where's
the
everybody?"
Coolest fucking thing. But I feel like she didn't believe me because later on she told me, she's like, dude, when I first met you, like you had all these stories and like, she's like, I felt like you were fucking full of shit. I was like.
Really?
That whole time you thought I was fucking lying because a specific one for me was like,
oh, you never fucking skated out Ontario. You don't fucking like that?
Yeah,
really?
Kinda like it was that, and like when I was telling like, yo, dude, whenever I see my boys, they're just like, yo, what up, turtle? And then
you walk into a party,
and then when it actually happened, she's like, oh shit, like I thought you were kind of like, I think she thought I was trying to hype myself up, being like, I'm this cool guy or whatever. Like,
but then you brought her to a party and everybody was like, yo,
yeah. And they're like, Norm. And I was just like, what's up, guys?
It's stupid.
But yeah, so like the whole time she was just like, yeah, I thought you were fucking full of shit. And I was just like, oh, cool, great, thanks.
It's nice to know that my fucking significant other thinks I'm a fucking piece of shit.
Liar. Yeah.
That's so crazy, bro.
Like, because I feel like the stories that I would tell, they just seem so like, no fucking way. Like, no way you guys fucking did that. And I was like, yeah. And then after leaving the mills, like we had the security in the golf cart fucking chasing us out of the parking lot. Like it happened. Like we did shit like that.
Yeah, dude. Your boys aren't fibbers. You know what I'm saying? Dude, that's so funny. Like my girl says the same shit about me. To this day. To this day. To this day. Bro, she 13 years in, bro. She thinks I lie about fucking everything. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not fucking lying. These are real, true fucking stories. Like,
yeah, I'll go to work, babe. She's like, are you
fucking liar? He's probably unemployed. Dude. He just doesn't want to tell me.
How do you make your money?
Yeah.
You're a drug dealer?
Dude, yeah. I guess apparently my girl thinks I'm a fucking liar. The other day we went to fucking Joshua Tree. We were kicking it with my boy, fucking Victor and fucking Susandra. And shout out Susandra and fucking my boy Vic. Yeah. And my girl like calls me out and she's like, my girl goes, don't, she goes, fucking chick, dude. I was so pissed. Yeah. She goes, don't fucking listen to him. He's a liar. Right? What? To my friends. Yeah. And I look at her, I'm like, what? And she was like, yeah, tell him about that time you fucking lied to me, right? So let me tell you about this fucking story. And you guys tell me, I'm a fucking liar now. Yeah. When me and my girl first started fucking dating, we're from the IE, right? So we used to go to Sapphire back in the day. Sapphire is a waterfall, like / river, like hidden like the mountains and shit. And I used to take her to Sapphire, and the homies know what's up. Alter, what's up? And you know what I mean? We used to go to Sapphire a lot, and I remember taking her one time, and we were like in a little pool in the river. It was like a pool. It wasn't deep as at all.
Yeah.
It like went up to our belly buttons, right?
Yeah.
And like I'm like sitting in the pool like up to my shoulders, and she like gets on my back, right? And I'm like, whoa, I'm like, I can't swim. Like, don't do that, right? And she's like, you can't swim. I'm like, no, dude, I can't swim. And
She's like, oh my God, picks you up out of the water.
No. And then what she does, she like gets on my back even more, right? And then I start acting like I'm drowning.
No.
Right? And I lay face down in the water like this.
I don't think I heard this, like the extent of this story.
Bro, we have a picture, right? I don't know where the fucking picture is.
Yeah.
Her friend Etel was there, and I guess she wanted to take a picture of her on my back in the water, like a cute one. And I ruined the picture by acting like I'm drowning. So when Etel took the picture, I'm face down in the water. I'm face down in the water, and Bianca's like this, like smiling to the fucking camera. So there's a picture out there somewhere of us doing that. Us at 18, right? But I'm like, oh, I'm like, I can't swim. Get off me. Right? Yeah. My girl took that so fucking literal. Yeah. That for like the next 7 years of our relationship, she thought I couldn't swim. And then the one day she saw me swimming in a pool, she's like, I thought you couldn't swim. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Doing backstrokes?
Yes.
You're
butterflies. I was doing the dolphin one. Yeah.
Like, I always do these warm-ups.
She was like, I thought you couldn't swim. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. She was like, you told me you couldn't swim. I'm like, when? She was like, 7 years ago. First time, I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Right? But the thing is also, like, I'm not a water person. I don't go in the beach. I don't go in the ocean. Right. I'm not, so like when we would go to the beach, I'm not in the water. So I guess for 7 years, she never saw me swim.
Denying pool party invitations.
No, I go to the pool, but like I'm in the pool, I'm in the shallow end with a beer in my hand. I'm not swimming. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then one time she saw me swimming, it was like fucking, she was flabbergasted. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what flabbergasted means. Yeah.
You should have been like, yo, I took classes.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was a lie that she thought of. Yeah. So I was just like, what are you fucking talking about?
So ever since then, you're like,
I told her, I was like, of course I can swim. What do you mean? Mm-hmm. And like, she brought this whole thing up from like 7 years ago, right? And I'm like, that was a fucking joke, dude. I'm like, I acted like I was drowning right after. I'm like, what do you mean, right? So my girl still holds that to this day that I'm a fucking liar, and I held this lie from her for 7 years. Yeah. When in reality, it was like I said a joke one time, and I just never brought it back up again. Yeah. I never thought about it again, right? But she took it so literal, and so to now she's like, she's been holding on to it. She's like, he's a fucking liar.
You know what, dude? You did get me on one though.
What?
Your brother. When you're like, yo, his name is Tiberius. Because you call him Ty. And I'm like...
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, what the fuck, bro? And then like out of nowhere, I was just standing next to him and I'm like, yo, dog, why the fuck, like, where'd you get, like, is your name really Tiberius or what? And he's like, no.
He's like, what?
Yeah. And then he like starts kind of like giggling, bro. Yeah. And he's just like, no.
You know what? That's okay. That's me being mean. Okay. Yeah. So like, of course you're gonna find out that his name is not fucking Tiberius, right? I did the same thing to, actually now that I think about it, bro, I did the same thing to Johnny and Cynthia. One time, dude. Now that I think about it, I did the same exact joke to Johnny and Cynthia where I was at Johnny and Cynthia's house and Bianca wasn't there. I think she was coming over later. Right. And like I'm talking to them and then they're like, yeah, Bianca, this and that. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, I keep forgetting that you guys know her as Bianca. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, don't tell Bianca, dude. No. I'm like, that's not her real name. Yeah. And they were like, what? I'm like, yeah, she kind of just doesn't like, telling people. But so she just goes by Bianca.
Right.
And they're like, what's her real name? I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I can't tell you.
No way.
I'm like, I've been sworn to secrecy, right? So, and then because I know I have them, I keep going.
If I heard you say I was sworn to secrecy, I would have kissed my lips, bro, and be like, "What's motherfucker? You lying ass motherfucker." But then what happened?
And I think the reason why I said that is because I couldn't think of an actual name to come up, like for something funny enough.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I just can't tell you, dude, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, just ask her when she comes. I'm like, I think she likes, she trusts you guys enough that I feel like, you know, she'll tell you. hold on. So they're like,
No,
they're like,
you
fuck,
didn't.
for real, dude? Like,
Yeah.
we've known her for so long and we had no idea. I'm like, yeah, she doesn't really like telling people. Whatever, right? Bianca ends up showing up later, dude. And I'm like, hey, baby. I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, hey, guys. And she says hi to them. They're just like, oh, hey. But like, you can tell they're itching to ask her, right?
Yeah.
So like, Bianca's like putting her stuff down. And I'm kind of like just standing in the back. I'm trying not to laugh.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for them to ask, right? And I think it was like Cynthia, or it was probably Johnny that was the first one to be like,
Right.
so, are you going to tell us kind of thing? Like,
What's your real name?
so like, I'm standing behind her, I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. And they go like, what's your real name? And Bianca's face was, fuck, dude, it was so fucking funny. Bianca was like, what do you mean?
No,
She was
dude.
like, Bianca. They were like, no, what's your real name?
They're like, no, we know.
We know, like yeah. And Bianca's like, Bianca. And then they both look at me. I start crying, laughing. That's just me being mean.
Yeah.
Like that. That's just me being a fucking dick.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that's the funniest fucking thing because of the looks on all three of their faces were like, what the fuck? You know? I don't know why I find humor in like something stupid like that.
That shit's funny though.
You know what I mean? When you like, for you to be like, why did they call you Tiberius? Or I don't know.
I was like, is Tiberius your real name? Or
Yeah.
like,
I don't know why something as stupid as that is funny to me because Ty has to like explain like what, or not even explain, but Ty has to be like, what are you talking about?
you're just putting this fool in like a situation too that he's not aware of. He has no idea.
I don't understand why that's so fucking funny to me. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Damn, that's crazy.
but yeah, I mean, my girl might be right then. Maybe I am a fucking liar. I don't fucking know. But like, I think with my girl, that story, that's me telling a fucking joke. That's me telling a Tiberius joke, and I must have just forgot about it. Like I didn't prove that. Like no, actually I canceled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just said a fucking joke, and I acted like I was drowning afterwards. I think to me, I was like, this is obviously a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just took it fucking seriously. And then she's like goes and tells my friends like, don't listen to him. He's a fucking liar.
Fucking lying ass.
And I think what pissed me off the fucking most was when she said like she was like explaining all this.
Right.
My homie Vic, dude, fuck you, dude. My homie Vic goes, I fucking knew it.
No,
and I was
dude.
like, what the fuck, dude? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like I don't lie. When I tell stories, I'm not lying.
Yeah.
What I do is doo-doo.
To-do. Sorry. I just sorry. Yeah. Bro. So immature, dude.
That was
so
pretty good, dude. I like that. Okay, we're fucking 32, bro. What are we doing? Duty. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So anyways, what I do is when I fucking tell stories is I like dramatize my stories, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember like the story with like where I'm talking about like the leasing office, and I'm like, yeah, dude, and fucking they're trying to charge us $5,000. So I walked in there and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I obviously didn't fucking kick a door down and scream at these people. You know what I'm saying? That's me like dramatizing the story, enhancing the story.
The two viewers are like, what?
Yeah, they're like, oh, you actually did kick the door down? No, obviously I didn't, right? But like, I mean, does that make me a liar? Like if I do that, if I like enhance the story like that?
No, I don't
Instead
think
of just
so.
being like, yeah, dude, they're charging us $5,000. So I went in there really politely and I was like, hey man, like why are you guys charging us this? And they were like, oh, we always do it. I'd be like, that's illegal. You can't. Like
Is
that.
it lying or is it comedic relief? Like, what is it?
Yeah, what I'm doing is I'm just sprinkling a little, you know what I mean? Just putting some sprinkles on the ice cream cone.
Some little seasoning.
That's it. I'm putting some Lowry's on it. You know what I'm saying?
Lowry's is crazy.
You know, you feel me?
Right.
Put some fucking Lowry's on it on your French fries.
Yeah.
It's a whole new French fry at that point. That's how I look at me telling stories. So like when I tell stories, I'm like, you know, I use my hands. I stand up, or like when the story where I'm like, yeah, I fucking got out of the car and I fucking started running away.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
dude.
Obviously, I didn't run like that.
Yeah.
But like me doing that, like, does that make me a liar? Like,
No.
I obviously I ran away because I'm a little bitch.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't run in that sense.
Yeah.
But like, that's me. Like, I don't know, making the story more enjoyable.
I mean, isn't that what comedians do? Like, I'm not like being like comparing you to a comedian, but comedians do.
I mean, I'm kind of a comedian. You can
okay.
say it. Go for it. No, yeah.
You're all right. You're funny. No,
Yeah,
but
I
like
mean,
comedians do that. Like they just fucking obviously like stuff like.
their jokes are not real true stories,
Yeah.
right? I'm pretty sure 90% of the time it's just
But like if like something that did happen to them, they probably like whatever.
yeah.
But
You know what I mean? I feel like
you're a liar. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. No, I don't think you're a liar.
no, it just made me think.
Yeah.
It made me think like fuck me even just doing little things like that, because I think of that story with the swimming, I think of that as a joke, right? But like when I think of like myself telling stories or telling jokes and like me like putting some pizzazz on it, I'm like, does that also make me a liar? You know what I'm saying? Does that also make me like, do people look at me like kind of like how you were saying, like Alexis being like, yeah, right, dog, you didn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These stories that I'm telling you actually fucking happened, but I mean, I'm dramatizing them obviously for the sake of the story to make them enjoyable to whoever's listening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know, some other examples. I don't know what other stories I've told, but
Well, the one where we got arrested, that was not dramatized.
the one where we got arrested. Oh, and TJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was straight facts.
Straight up
There
facts.
was no
There was no
garnishes
pizzazz on that.
or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I do, bro. That's what I do. Like a chef, you know how a chef fucking makes a plate and he's making you spaghetti and meatballs, and at the very top of the spaghetti, it's just spaghetti and fucking meatballs, right? You're getting the
Sound a
story.
little simple. Yeah.
But then he puts like a fucking leaf on it. He puts a little garnish on that bitch. Just sprinkles a little fucking parsley on top. You know what I'm saying? And if you want, and then he goes, "Tell me when." And then you got the fucking Parmesan cheese on top. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing to stories.
He does the spoon with the sauce and he goes around the plate like this.
And then there's like a little,
And then he twists the noodles. They're not noodles. What are they?
spaghetti
Noodles. He like twists like that.
So it looks pretty.
Yeah.
And then he puts like one meatball on top.
Yeah.
And then puts like a leaf. Yeah. That's what I'm doing to my stories.
Yeah. It's
You know
still
what I'm saying?
spaghetti
I'm like a
meatball.
chef, really. You know what I'm saying?
Cooking up stories.
To storytelling. Thank you, bro. I'm like a sous chef. You know what I mean? You know,
Damn, bro.
You know, I knew that.
Yeah, dude. He sues chefs.
There's a hair in this one, dude. Yeah. I don't know. Like, but it's making me, like, it just makes me overthink, like, fuck, does that, in a way, is that a form of lying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I do it as a form of, like, the entertainment of the story, right?
Right.
But is that a form, is that a way, like, a form of lying? You know what I mean? Does that make me a type of liar? Am I like a metaphorical liar? Or was the like a paleontologist liar?
Astrologic.
Am I like an astronomical liar? You know what I mean? Or what's the word? You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Look, man, here's the thing. I think it's called, I don't know. But I don't think it's lying because it's like when you tell those details, it's like exaggerated. And
Okay, that's the word I was looking for.
yeah. So it's
I
more like
exaggerate
you're
the
just
little details.
assuming they're like, bro, I didn't kick down a door.
Obviously, I didn't kick the fucking door down.
Yeah,
right?
like it's just so, in a sense, let me use a big word, outlandish.
Ooh, okay, I like
That's
that.
like, of course you're not gonna fucking believe me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're sitting here saying like, we did 3 8-balls last night, we as in me, myself, and I, and I'm just like, all right, come on, like,
Yeah, dude, I fucking last night I fucked like 10 strippers and I did like an 8-ball of coke to myself.
yeah, yeah.
Obviously that's a lie.
Yeah.
Right?
And then when you're like, no, well, it's like, and then it's like you're trying to convince me that
Like,
it's.
no, dude, no, I really did it.
It's like, all right, dude.
Dude, whatever, right? Okay, you're saying that would be
Yeah,
a lie.
that was creatine, bro. Like it's it's a way. Anyway,
It's fun dip.
Yeah, dude.
Your
You
tongue's
bought it
blue,
off an
dog.
18-year-old.
What do you mean? I can see your tongue right now.
Your nostrils are all fucking blue. Looks like
Your
you sniffed a
gums?
Smurf, dog.
Your gums are all fucking blue.
For real, dude.
It's just fun dip, you fucking liar. Okay, so what you're saying is like the story, obviously, the story itself, you lying about the story makes you a liar. But like the story, and that's how I feel. Like if my story is true, everything I'm saying is true, I just sprinkle a little fucking parsley on that bitch. You know what I mean? And you're saying like that is not the lying part.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
there's. Yeah, because it's like. Yeah, I don't think there's a lying part in like the story because I was like, oh, it's like who's gonna kick a door? Like really, like I don't know. I just feel like
I know there's other examples. That's just the first one that comes to my head.
when it's just so obviously like
Right,
not true,
Right.
But it's just funny to like imagine you trying to like kicking a door in because it's like at the same time you're trying to paint a picture,
Yes.
but you're also having fun with it. But if they're like. If for some reason someone was like, dude, did you really kick that door down?
No, dude.
Like, no, man. I was just
course
fucking,
not.
it's for the fucking, we're just trying to have a good time. We're just shooting the shit, bro. Like,
I
stuff
think
like
for
that.
me, I'm assuming that you're gonna understand that I'm obviously kidding when I say that. I'm just, but maybe that's my fucking fault. Thinking my wife understands humor. I don't know, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when I tell a story, she must.
What if she just holds on to that because she's like, I almost killed this guy?
She thought I was actually really drunk.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
So she's like, oh, you're fucking playing with me, and yeah.
I don't know. And it just made me like think about it where I'm like, she fucking thinks you really think I'm a fucking like liar like that? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if she was even serious. But like when we had this conversation, I was like, damn, like you're really holding on to this, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of type shit. Enough to like tell my friends and then my friends being like, I knew it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck?
The comment section's like, fucking liar. This didn't
Fucking
happen.
liar, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like I said, like the stories I'm telling are true, right? I just fucking put a little razzle dazzle on that bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make me a liar? I mean, whatever. I don't think so. What do you think? Viewers?
Let us know.
Let me know.
Okay, so like, have you ever? Oh, because we've all lied before. Like, what are things that you do lie about?
Like my grades when I in high school.
When's the last time you lied?
Probably at work. Me calling off sick.
Okay. Yeah.
Why I couldn't come into work.
Yeah.
I was like,
I blame my wife. I'm like, yo, I gotta take her to the ER, dude.
I don't do all that.
She broke her arm again.
I don't.
He's like, it's the third time this month. And
Bro,
I'm like, yeah. She's clumsy.
Bro, there was one time I was like, I gotta take my grandma to the hospital.
Yeah.
And I felt so guilty using my grandma
Yeah.
that I don't do that anymore.
No.
And this was years ago when I was like probably like 19 or something. I
feel
felt so
guilty.
guilty because I'm like, what if my grandma ends up going to the hospital and I'm like, I put this bad juju on my grandma. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So I don't do that. I just say I'm sick.
Yeah.
And if you have sick days, they can't fucking say a damn thing anyways.
Yeah.
They can't question you. They can't fucking be like, well, how are you okay? Fuck you, dude. I'm sick. That's it. So
My grandparents have died so many times in certain jobs, dude. every time I get a new job, I have
no.
new grandparents, dude.
Oh my-
They've been dead though. Like they're already dead.
That's crazy.
They don't
dude.
know that.
I think
So I
you're a
have
piece of shit.
four from my dad's side
Yeah.
and from my mom's side. So I got 4 different funerals that I have to go through this year. I've had a bad year.
in each job. Yeah.
Each job. They don't know.
Damn, all 4 of your grandparents? Yeah, dude. I mean,
You know, COVID.
they're getting up there. You know what I'm saying?
Salmonellas.
No, I think
it'll
the,
get you.
I think the most like one of the most recent is other than that one, like obviously calling off sick. I'm just like I'm sick. Would be like job interviews where I'm like hell yeah, dude, I could do that.
Yeah.
Or like CNG. Yeah, I got experience in that.
Yeah. You have no fucking clue.
Yeah,
what that is.
wheel loaders. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I've done a timing knuckle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I be doing those. Yeah. I think that.
I actually got to go to one right after this interview.
I gotta go do a timing knuckle after this.
That's great.
You know what I mean? I think that would be like the other ones, but like that's fucking normal life. For me, I'm like fake it till you make it type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you learn on your way up there.
Have you ever used a fake name?
No.
Like just to, because I had a coworker that would go order sandwiches for us and he'd give a fake name just to give a fake name.
No.
And I'm like, it's weird.
That's kind of psychopathic.
Yeah.
It's like psychopathy?
Psychologically.
Psychopathy.
Yeah.
Psychopathy.
Very psychopathic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's kind of, I don't know. No, I've never done that.
Dude,
I mean, I used to have people call me Drew. It's not my actual name. Does that make me a liar? Is that the same thing?
Some people call me Tony.
Does that make me a liar?
That's funny.
I would be like, what's up, dude? My name's Drew.
No.
My name's not Drew. It's Andrew. I don't know, dude. Is that the same shit?
It's Andrew. And who? Andrew.
And who?
Oh, it's Drew.
Yeah, but Drew and who? It's Andrew.
Andrew. But
Who else is there? You're fucking. You're so
Sorry, dude.
You're dumb, dude. That's pretty good. I like that.
My name's Andrew. And who? Who's before Drew?
What do you mean? I know you're here already.
You're
dude.
Drew.
But who else? It's just me, Andrew. Oh, that was good, dude. That was really good. I needed that.
That's so funny, dude. No, man, I've heard. Okay, so I've heard stories. Like, it's because in a way, like I used to be like, I'm still a driver, but like I used to have a partner, so it's like it was always 2 of us, and like these helpers, for some reason, like it was like a stigma where it's like, or not a stigma, but it's like, oh, the driver, since we make more money, they're just like, your helpers are always trying to be like cool with you, so like you can buy them lunch and stuff like that. And then like they'll even say like, they're like, oh well, like fuck, like you make good money, like why don't you buy like the helpers lunch and this and that? And I'm like,
well, for one, fuck you.
I'm like, I'm not. If you're financially illiterate, that's not my fault. Like if you can't, and which is also like, and I say this with like grace because it's like people do go through hardships, and I understand that. But at the same time, don't expect anything from me. And like I would hear stories, bro, like, and because I don't know why they were trying to be like cool, like with the driver. And I'm just like, dude, it's fine. We'll get 2 for $6, like egg McMuffins, dog. Like we're good. Like I'll get you a fucking.
Oh, you're saying like they're like, what's the trauma dumping?
Yeah.
Is that the term?
Yeah.
Where they were like, dude, my fucking wife, she left me, and it's been really hard, and they're doing that.
They're like, oh yeah, stuff like that, where they're just like.
And at the end of that entire story, you're like, don't worry, man, I'll get you a double cheeseburger.
Monsters are 2 for $5, bro.
Like, that's what you're thinking while they're doing this? You think they're telling you this so you can buy them stuff?
No, they are telling me this.
Okay.
While like we're like, hey, you want to stop for 7-Eleven? You want to go get something? Oh, see, like, bro, like the thing is this and that. But like, I'm
and
very
then
much
you
like,
gotta be, and then you're like, don't trip, bro. I got you.
like I got you, dude. Like, don't worry. But the thing is, it's like, they'll say all these things after my boy just got like a full sleeve.
Oh,
You get what
fuck you.
You get what I'm
dude.
saying? Like
yeah.
there's like little I pick up on certain things where I'm just like, I'm like, okay, all right, whatever, dude. Like there's fucking hot dogs at 7-Eleven that are like 2 for 6 or 2 for whatever, and then monsters are 2 for 5. Like,
you think they're fibbing when they tell those stories?
I know they're fibbing, bro. Because then it's like they'll just be like, "Oh, my chick, like she blow like all this crazy shit, dude." And then when you hear them on the phone, they're like, "Hola, mi amorcito. No, 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 no. Okay, no te quiero. Ay, pues ahorita ando trabajando. Bye, mi amor." And I was just like,
yeah.
I was like, I thought she's like this crazy, you know, like, like what? And then like company parties are like the coolest fucking, which is, it's hard to gauge because it's like, you never know. Like behind closed doors, a lot of things are different. But I'm kind of watching what you're doing, bro. And it's just like, you're not moving right. So I'm just, but at the same time, I'm like, whatever. But it's just
It's like hella fake.
So yeah. It was like some of these stories are crazy where like they'll just try to like, people that try to say things to impress you, or it's just like, it's cool, man. Like you didn't. Like one guy, like the craziest story I've heard, which I knew was a fucking lie for sure, was like, oh yeah, me and my cousins were like in these Camaros and blah, blah, blah. And then like it was late and we picked up these girls, but then like these girls knew these like narcos. And then like all of a sudden, like we got picked up, and then like I got in, like I had to run, and then I jumped into like a ranch. And then when I was in that ranch, they're like, oh, you know who we are? We're like part of like the Felix brothers and this and that. And then they like took my phone and this and that. And like just this whole crazy elaborate story. And I'm just like,
sick.
Oh, damn, that's great. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. And I was just like, all right, cool, dude. And I'm just like, I was like, when was this? And he's like, oh, dude, it was like a couple months ago. And I was like, you were in TJ? And he's like, oh, like somewhere in Mexico. It's like, aren't you illegal? Like, you ain't going back, bro. Yeah. Like, no, obviously bullshit, but like, and like, but the thing is, it's like, I will just ask questions, just be like, oh, like, when'd you do this? And then they'll tell me, but
just
it's like
to pick and pride, just to be like
a little bit. And then I was just like, bro, you were
prove.
at work Saturday, that same Saturday. Like, like we were here together. Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, it's just like little things like that where I'm just like,
I think for me, I don't care enough to. I'm the that's crazy. Yeah. I'm that dude, and then I'm like, and then I leave it alone.
I'm glad you're alive, dude.
Not even that. You're not even getting that from me.
No, dude. But I'm with this person. But the thing is, like, we're in a cab, like 8 to 12 hours a day, and it's just like,
I get it.
I'm very much like, I'm trying to get along, but like,
I moonwalk away.
You're just driving, you just leave, jump out of the truck.
I open the door and I just moonwalk out. Yeah.
No, dude. But yeah, crazy stories like just like everyone's got a story, and I'm just like, and the thing is, it's like I feel like I've heard so many like of the same. It's kind of like how you're over movies because they got the same. I'm over people saying the same fucking thing, stories. Talking about like they know this person and like this person, like, and it's like, you don't even know your dad. Get to work, dog. Like, you don't know these, like, you're like, oh yeah, I met like whatever, this like kingpin of somewhere. And I'm just like, you deliver roofing material, dog. Like, shut up. You have a good record. You have a child. Like, no, you didn't. Like, what do you want me to be like? What? No way. That's crazy. Because it's like, because at the same time, it's like, how am I supposed to like verify all this? So for the most part, I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Right. If you hear more than 3 dams, I'm not listening, bro. Like,
oh, what?
What? Oh, shit. Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're here now. Like, yeah. So like that, I'm so used to people just like saying so much bullshit. So when it comes to lying, bro, I think you're good. Like, yeah, you're not trying to
think so too.
Convince me like, no, I kicked that door down. I'm like, oh, okay, bro, like that's cool.
I'm assuming you get the joke.
I get it
from the story.
I'm assuming everybody else does too.
Like what you're saying, like when you're hearing these stories from these dudes, you're like, yeah, fucking right. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm kicking it with narcos and shit. I'm not doing little crazy stories. My stories are like, the leasing office tried to take $1,000 from us, and I was like, I wanted to get it back. Yeah. That's not an interesting story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like I put a little pizzazz on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. When I do hear people tell stories, and I'm like, okay, dude. Right now, when you were talking about your helpers and shit, one kind of popped into my head.
Yeah.
I worked at a fucking warehouse with this like older black gentleman. And I'm not gonna call him a gentleman because he was kind of hood as fuck. My boy was like hella, he was like about that action, right?
Right.
But like, he was telling like kind of want to be hood stories, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, kind of same thing. I'm like, wow, it's crazy. But like, we're moving boxes at the same time, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like scanning shit. I'm like beep, beep. But he's like,
where'd you say you lived at? Rancho Cucamonga?
Rancho Cucamonga, you were born.
Oh, I heard that place was
you were
crazy.
kicking in Slauson. Okay. You know, whatever. And then he was like, yeah, dog, me and Nipsey Hussle used to kick it back in the days. They're like, we're kind of fucking homies, right? And same thing. I go, oh, wow, it's crazy.
Right.
And I remember him specifically because of the Nipsey Hussle story where he says, like, they were boys. He's like, yeah, dude, check it out. Pulls out a flip phone, goes through his images, and there's a picture of him and Nipsey Hussle in, like, a 7-Eleven. And he's taking a selfie with him, and he's going like this, all right?
Yeah.
And Nipsey Hussle's in the back, like, kind of shit.
Yeah.
And it just looks like yo, Nipsey, like, let me get a picture. It looks like one of those. But he was like, yeah, me and Nipsey used to kick it all the time. Like, and I was like, that's crazy. But like in my head, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Dude. Yeah, so you can tell, right? You can tell when these dudes are fucking fibbing it. At least for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, who are we really to like?
Like, I'm not judging you, but I'm
judging you.
I'm judging you.
I'm fucking judging you. You know what I'm saying? But like, that Nipsey Hussle shit. I'm like, okay, bro.
Like, I've met people who who were truthful about certain things, but they never really told me. They just had like, I met a guy who he was like a repo man, but he was just like, oh, like I saw pictures, like he had pictures and stuff. And I'm like, yo, is this this band or whatever? And he's just like, oh yeah. But like, wasn't like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Because then I asked him like another question because I was like, oh, isn't this another band? And he's like, yeah, that's like this band or whatever. And then I was like, you have a lot of pictures with bands and stuff like that. And he goes, yeah, I used to, and then he like told me like, oh, I used to be in like a group that used to hang out with like all these bands, and it's like I met this person, but they're very much like,
he wasn't throwing it at you. It was like because you asked,
and it's like, but the thing is, it's like he just has his memories like in his truck, and it's just like, and then he goes, oh, there's a video on YouTube if you want to see, like kind of trying to verify him. I'm like, nah, dude, like I believe you, but like it's sick. Let me see the video. Then you see him on stage with like, and then like I think they try to put him, I forgot what band, bro, but like. They try to get him into like, it was like the whole when it was like kind of like punk and like rap and like hip hop in like the early 2000s, like the 90s, 2000s, where it was like kind of like almost meshing.
Like the Gray album where it was like Jay-Z and Linkin Park album.
Stuff like that. Yeah. So it was very much like weird. If you go to like a show, you'll see like hip hop artists.
Rage
like,
Against the Machine, Cypress Hill.
Stuff like that. So it was very much like, and then you see him and it's like with very famous bands, and he was in like a group, I forgot what, but like they broke up, but like he was around that thing, and I was just like, oh shit. And then there's another guy in the towing fucking industry, you'll meet people, and then he was like in the film industry, and I was towing like his motorcycle, and I put it in, and he's just like, yeah man, you guys want some water, like come through. And then you see in his house is like full of memorabilia, and it's just pictures of him and like artists and stuff like that. But he wasn't like, yo, check out he was like, yo, like you want some water? It was hot. It was in Brea. And I was just like, cool. And then I was like, oh shit, is that fucking Steve Buscemi? I'm sorry. Stupid, but like he was like, just hung out and he's like, oh yeah, like I used to do, and it's like always the most random fucking jobs. Like, oh, I used to do this for like this. And he's like, I have like all these memorabilia, like the cast would give me stuff and, you know, just hang out with. And he's like, did you actually know that's this guy? And I'm just like, oh shit, no, I didn't. He's like, yeah, no, they're really nice guys. He's like, this guy's actually kind of a jerk, but, and it's just like, wow, like it's just like, dude, like it's like I know you now, so I'm like, now I'm like this far away from like these famous people. It's just how I say it, but it's like
kind of
these are the things where I'm just like, the people that don't lie don't have to really like
show it off.
Yeah, and they're just like, I don't know. It's just like a part of them and stuff that they experience and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know where I was going with all this, but it's just like stories that I've people that have like
how you could tell the difference between like a fibber and non-fibber.
Yeah, it's like you're like there's one people that are pushing it on you, and there's other people that are just like, no, yeah, like yeah, me and Sylvester Stallone fucking kick it like on the weekends and
yeah. I mean, dude, now that I think I might be the dude who pushes it on people. Now that I think about it,
shut up.
Does that make me a fibber?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, for me, for example, like I like telling stories.
Right.
Like it's like I enjoy it. You know,
Right.
whether they're good or bad, I enjoy like the storytelling part of it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like an old one or a new one or like, dude, guess what fucking happened to me, right?
Yeah.
Like I like that, but like. Not saying like I push it on people, but I like to fucking tell stories. So like I'll bring up a story like, dude, that fucking happened to me one time.
Yeah.
And then I tell a story.
Yeah.
Then I go off in a fucking rant.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like balls deep in this story, which I wasn't even really trying to get into. It was more like, dude, that happened to me. Dude, that one time when I fucking did this.
Yeah.
Dude, you're never gonna guess. He fucking did, you know, and then it turns out, then I just go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is that me pushing it on?
I don't think so. I think a lot of it is just more like, for one, like you have the gift of gab. So like you do
Is
talk.
that a real thing?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it's just like you just.
What does that mean? Oh, just like
The
you
gift
like
of gab. Like
talk.
you just talk. But like there's a difference between where it's just like, no, dude, like. I think people take it really weird when it's like they tell a story and then like you try to tell another story to like compare like understanding like, oh yeah, like I kind of went through this because it's like some people might take it as like you're just trying to one up the story, but it's just like it's like no, because for me I'm like that, like, and I feel like me and you are basically the same thing. We're like we're just going back and forth like, bro, when you said this, like it reminded me of this, and then it's like it's just we're just trying to like share what we're gone through and how like our experiences are kind of similar, and then we both discuss like
I feel that like we used to get in trouble with that shit all the time, especially like in parties.
yeah
Like how many fights have we fucking gotten into because we're like doing that shit and like dudes are like shut the fuck up, and then now it's like the fucking party where we got jumped and that dude didn't like you because like you were like being like way too friendly, right? Like I feel like that always happened to us, right? Like how many times has that gotten us in trouble when that's just our kind of our personality. Yeah. And we are kind of the same in that sense.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not trying to put your story down. I'm just trying to add on to like
I'm trying to relate with you.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to build this connection. Like let's be friends. You know?
Yeah, but okay, I can see that.
So
like
it's
the
not,
other
you're
person
not,
might take it as you trying to one up them.
Yeah. So we're the
you
best.
got beat up by a cop. I got beat up by 2 cops. And you're like, oh really? Yeah.
I got beat up by 3 cops.
I roll with gangs. I roll with 12 gangs.
I rock every color.
And we all commit hate crimes.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, shit like that.
I feel you. Okay, and I mean that makes sense. I've never even thought about that until like when you were bringing that up. I'm like, do I? Like I'm all like fucking self-conscious now because of my fucking wife, and like now I'm like overthinking like my
a lot of Sri Lanka.
Like I'm overthinking my entire like personality now. You know, I'm like, do I fucking just throw all my shit on people like when I first fucking meet them and you know what I mean or whatever? I don't know, but like crazy to think about. Yeah. So it doesn't make me a liar in your opinion.
No.
Thank you.
No, you're good, dude.
I guess. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
I fucking knew it. I knew it all along.
I actually wasn't insecure about it.
I definitely wasn't insecure about it the entire time.
We didn't make a whole episode about this because
I knew my wife was. My wife is the fucking liar.
You know what? You're a liar.
Fucking metaphorical fucking liar. Dude. That's all she does.
These metaphorical liars,
just
dude.
Metaphorically.
Can't trust them. All right, man.
Anyways,
I think this is a good time to wrap it up.
Yeah, good episode. Good episode. We learned a lot about each other and other people and shit.
So everybody else is dumb, and we're the best.
Yeah, we're fucking cool as shit. You guys just take a fucking joke, dude.
Take a chill pill.
Again, though, like if you guys are new to the fucking channel or new to the fucking pod.
Yeah.
I forgot what this is called. You know what I mean? We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. You know what I mean? This is all just straight out of our ass.
Yeah.
Don't take any of this seriously. And again, also, why are you watching this?
Yeah.
Watch Theo Vaughn or something like way cooler. I'm kidding.
No, it's okay. You can stay. I love
Why are you here, dude?
you. We like to talk shit to our viewers, but we do appreciate your comments. Lily.
Yeah, drop a fucking comment. Put it in the fucking chat if you think the boys are liars and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Pick a story for anyone who's like seen all our videos. Pick a story that you feel like you think we're lying about, and then we'll verify it.
Mm-hmm.
Because for the most part, we're not.
No,
But-
I'm not. We're not lying at all. You know what I mean? I might put a fucking some parsley on that bitch. But other than that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But movie rec.
Okay.
Or what were you gonna say?
No.
Sorry.
Anyway, I was gonna say. Anyways, let's do the movie. Right? Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. Fuck it. We'll do it.
Do it.
All right, dude. I'll
Just
do it right
fucking
now.
do it, bro.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
All right. It's been done.
Okay.
All right. Movie rec of the week.
Uh-huh.
This movie came out mid 2000s. I don't fucking know. It's called Into the Wild. Right here.
Right.
Stars. I don't know. I always forget his fucking name. He's in a gang of fucking movies. Cool thing about this movie is the soundtrack was done by Eddie Vedder, the lead singer of Pearl Jam.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Into the Wild, it's about that dude who goes camping and he hitchhikes. And there's a bus at the end of the movie.
No, dude.
Oh shit.
Couldn't say I've seen it.
Good movie. It's a really good movie. It's kind of a beautiful movie. But yeah, that's my movie rec of the week. Let me know what you guys think. Check it out.
All right, guys, and you already know, like and subscribe.
Or like don't. You know what I mean? You know.
No, do it.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.